Hey there and welcome to another update of Cities Skylines. Today we are going to look at the Dev Diary. Number 1 has been released yesterday evening. I have not been at home, so we are covering every little detail in today's video. But before we are going to go through this very lovely Dev Diary over here with a lot of text and a lot of info, we are going to first of all check out this beautiful trailer over here, and then we meet again at this very post over here to go through the text, and then we're going to analyze the video. Why we are doing this? Well, it's easy because that will help us analyze the video because there are some good bits in the text. So let's do that.
The roads crisscrossing your city are more than a means of transport. By connecting citizens to their work, families, and communities, they are the veins and arteries of your city's beating heart. Every pathway you carve out shapes the routine every day and opens the door to the extraordinary events that define their lives. City building starts with roads. Roads allow people, goods, and services to move through your city, of course. And in City Skylines 2, all roads except for highways automatically carries water, electricity, and sewage lines. It's a shortcut that lets you focus on what you love about city building sooner. You'll construct and refine your road network using road tools. They're easy to learn and flexible, inviting you to follow your creative impulses. Returning players will welcome upgrades to the road tools that introduce several of the most wished-for features. Other features are totally new. Use the road tools to create seamless city blocks in just 3 clicks. In no time, you'll lay long, beautiful stretches of road to link lively residential and industrial districts to your buzzing city center. Just like that, you'll thread traffic along wide, curving streets and elegant, elevated highways. You'll even add bridges and tunnels in only a few clicks. Intersections have been overhauled in City Skylines 2. Placement rules are less restrictive, and you can use pre-made intersections on new and existing roads. You can also add roundabouts. Yep, they're here. From gentle suburban roundabouts to roaring multi-lane roundabouts, it's never been easier to engineer uninterrupted streams of traffic. That's because roads will be configured automatically, so vehicles can enter and exit the roundabout safely. Simply drop your preferred roundabout over an existing intersection and ta-da! A whole new way to move people, goods, and services through your city. Decide the direction of traffic and how it flows by placing traffic lights, crosswalks, and directional no-turn traffic signs and stop signs. Erect sound barriers and construct parking lots. That's another new feature in City Skyline 2. And for returning players, it means Christmas has come early. You can even add decorative touches if you want to. They don't just make your city pretty, they can be useful too. So those trees you use to line sidewalks? Add charm and reduce noise pollution. Of course, building a city is a process of exploration and experimentation. You'll try stuff out. Some of it you'll like, and some you won't. Want to change an existing road? Use the new Replace tool. It's like the old Upgrade tool, but with more freedom to refine your road network. Change your mind about a road? Bulldoze tool to the rescue. Click, 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 and that road is a thing of the past. Road building is more intuitive and nuanced in City Skylines 2, and every pathway has a far-reaching impact. Build your city's roads as a testament to your ambition and a promise to citizens that anything is possible.
Alright, if you guys don't have anything else to do on Mondays at 1600 European Central Summer Time, or whatever time that is for you in an equivalent, this is time for the Dev Diaries. We know there is a roadmap already of what to expect, so we do look out to the next couple of weeks, but let's just bring this up a little bit bigger so you don't have hard times reading it maybe if you're watching on your phone. This is the first one, road tools. I'm not going to go into every single word because there is a lot of stuff that you already know and love from the first game. So this is just like a like a wonderful soft opening, so to say. And obviously they are saying that this is the backbone of the game. Obviously, city building, you know, that's not too surprising. But there are also wished for features and a lot coming back, and a lot of features from mods. So first of all, let's have a little look at this very tool we have in the game, as they state. So there's a lot of confirmation going on from what we've already expected from the trailer. But the first thing is we have a grid tool, a new feature. The grid mode allows you to create seamless city blocks just with 3 clicks. First you place the starting corner of the road, then moving the mouse and clicking the second time you define the width, and finally the third one sets the grid length. The grid layout becomes visible when adjusting the lengths in the grid and the final stage, and you even get the outlines of how far the growable area is. So very, very simple tool. Then the new replace tool is similar to the old upgrade tool, but it allows you to change existing roads more freely and fine-tune the road network by adding grass, trees, wider sidewalks, and sound barriers. Sound barriers, very exciting. We are going to have something in the video in a couple minutes that is really exciting. I have not seen this before, and it made me go crazy when I saw the trailer. Now, maybe you've all seen that already, and the video is not getting any clicks anyways, but for those of you who haven't and had a good evening like me yesterday, this is the video for you. Now, parallel mode makes it possible to automatically build 2 roads as highways. For all of you who have played Cities once with mods, it is a must. However, you get even more control over it by customize the distance, which is pretty good. And you can do some stuff. Road tools, and also looking at this picture, you can tell that there is a little difference in the distance in between. So you can actually adjust this on the fly to create this more realistic appear, other than having them perfectly parallel in all single spots. Like every time 5 meters, you can have them more connected to each other over here in flat open area, and in a curve like that where you wouldn't have maybe a meter or 2 more security in between. You can just do so. Very nice. Also, smooth highway curves is not only possible but easy. How cool is that? Now, this has been one of the most painful things to do in vanilla. I remember me being very poor at building roads in the base game, and equally being poor at designing this stuff because there was no control over parallel roads. There was a snapping going on all the time, blah blah. What a nice segue though. We have new snapping options you can toggle, so that will actually keep track of this problem we had in the past. Now you can do snapping, as you can see over here, and I'm waiting until this GIF is at the point where we need it to be, because it tells us all the snapping options. We've got snap to existing geometry, zoning cell lengths, snap to degree angles, snap to the building, snap to the guidelines, and snap to zone grid. And this is absolutely fantastic. And the first one is, I assume, just snapping activated or not. Now we have a road guide system to make it easier build desired road layout even in changing terrain. The road guides include information about the elevation angle, displaying a numerical value of the slope steepness, and so on. That was very good stuff. And this is what you can see over here with all the angles. This is the tool. The road building options are insane because you can just drag something over here and it automatically creates these interchanges. And you can see this little cross thing going on over here, which defines the cross point of the road, which is going to be a little bit more important when we look at the video, because there's one spicy thing in the video that is absolutely phenomenal. So road buildings has been designed for faster and more flexible by allowing you to build roads across the 16 roads. This is one of the other highlighted things. They could make the bold more bold, by the way. We needed to read. Create intersection places where the road cross each other. This also makes it possible to place large intersections demonetized on existing road layouts easier and faster. More on them later. Good, yeah, because there's new stuff. And here is what I was talking about. Oh boy, have I been crying inside for joy of joy. We have cut and fill construction for roads. My god, what is this shenanigans? This over here was almost, if not impossible, to be done in Cities Skylines 1. I remember that we had to get some actual network keys that were able to do something like that, and we have to manipulate that with move it and stuff, and now it's in the vanilla game. We can make some cutouts in the terrain. Oh my god, I really want to see this in action. It's not in the trailer as far as I remember, so really hard to tell. And then we have stacked roads as well. Look at that, stacked roads to save space when adding a highway on an existing part of the city and cut through the terrain with the cutout and fill roads. Now, you need a certain elevation to be over that, but it's so good. There's so much more. And over here, the next thing we have to look at is apparently a way better way of making the in and out going connectors to the road, so the ramps and stuff being a lot more smooth. And I will actually read that out because they do actually explain that quite nicely. So the roads are more flexible to build in City Skylines 2. Connecting different sizes of roads together can create interesting intersections options. For example, splitting a small two-way road into entering and exiting highway ramps is now fast and easy. How well is that? You can see also, by the way, in the back here, you can see one splitting into two, and it looks super seamless. Really cool. You've got one that goes to the next highway, and the other one apparently goes to the right. Now, however, one of the most exciting new features in the road system is the ability to create entry and exit ramps for highways with proper acceleration and deceleration lanes that merge with the highway itself. How cool. We have an example of that in the video, which is good. This is achieved by first building a portion of the highway with a highway type that has an additional lane, and then connecting that additional lane with a single lane highway, forming a ramp. This is so cool. Now, roads and intersections. As I talked about, this is something very exciting because apparently, as I read it, and I'm going to read that out real quick and you can make your mind up. Maybe it's my perception of English that is broken over here, but I think I got it right. Roads are organized into familiar categories: small roads, medium roads, large roads, and of course highways. Each category features multiple different options from two-way roads to one-way roads and asymmetrical variations. In addition to the elevated versions of each road, there are various bridges in different styles. There are no grass or tree-lined versions of the roads, as these, among others, are added using the replace tool. So that means certain things like that are now added by the replace. Keep that in mind. I think there is a very vital change in how you approach that, and I'm loving it because that will make it a lot more accessible, because you don't have to juggle between 70x type of roads and then just be square and if you messed up. So you can just put a road, and if you are happy with the size of the road and it can actually handle the traffic, you can then go in and adjust it with the replace tool. Super cool stuff. Now, roads can be customized by adding bus lanes and tram tracks to them using the additional network building tools. You can also create dedicated roads that only allow buses and service vehicles to operate in it, and tram tracks can be built separately, bypassing road traffic altogether. So if I get this right, this will mean that we can now finally create our existing grid and then add on top of that trams and stuff on the existing network as it would be in real life too. But we can still then plan ahead in the future if we already have an existing tram network, for example. Obviously from this moment on, we can plan in the future. And as you can tell over here, this intersection over here has now a proper lane going into a actually tram only lane over here, but it looks super seamless and nice. I'm loving it. It looks absolutely fantastic. And then we have another very important bit. This, yet again, is something expectable, but looks freaking cool. We have pedestrian paths that also have pedestrian overpasses. And you can also see some sound barriers, by the way, that you can add to the road with the replace tool. It's insane. For the intersection system, not more to say about that. It's really cool. There can only walk pedestrians or delivery vehicles that bring in goods for the local industry. So yeah. Then also in City Skylines 2, the intersection system has been overhauled to use easier placement rules. The game features a collection of pre-made intersections which can be placed in empty areas or over existing roads, which is very exciting. Connecting the intersection to existing road network automatically. Oh boy, I really am excited to see how that works. The pre-made, we had pre-made things in Cities 1 as well, but they were a nightmare to connect. Just saying. The pre-made intersections include complex highway intersections as well as pre-made transition pieces that can be placed between highways and regular roads. Looks like as if they have taken a huge amount of inspiration from all our friends, the content creators. Also, a very interesting little detail down here. I'm not sure if we can see that. We can actually zoom in here a little. How they use this function to like the function of creating like a second lane to have like a very subtle transition into the right hand side of this lane. It's a very lovely detail because you want to have this ramp over here to the left that goes onto the left hand side of the road not be interrupted, so they can just easily go on straight and then sort themselves to the right if they made a whoopsie and just come back, or they can all the way go to the left, while if you decided to go to the right you just stick there. Very sweet little detail over here. Now, let's scroll down a little because we've even more to talk about. Oh gosh, this is so insane. A brand new feature in road building is roundabouts. And yes, we had a pre-made roundabout in Cities 1 as well, but that's nothing to compare. So, which are built on existing intersections by simply selecting the preferred size and placing it on an intersection. There are multiple different size options, from small suburban roundabouts to large roundabouts fitting multiple lanes. The placed roundabouts adopt the lane configuration of the connected roads, adjusting the lanes to suit all exits. So this is something that could have easily taken you over an hour or two in Cities 1, including mods. It did. It's not even it could, it did. And now it's just a click away. Surely some detail and some, like, for example, cosmetic reasons about this will have to be done by mods or by other ways of customizing. Still, I have yet to see how many props and stuff we have to decorate our city. I'm very excited for that because I have seen a whole bunch of things that look very sus, but at this point we don't really have confirmation. So just to show you one of the sus things over here, look at these concrete barriers, and yeah, potentially the hydrants are part of the city network, but these things over here, the concrete barriers, almost look too placed by a certain $2.20 as if they are not. So maybe they're individual and they can even recolor them. That would be fun. But other than that, I don't really see that much in these shots over here. But yeah, we might have a look at this in the future as well. Parking lots is a new system. We knew that it would make it to the game, and now, just as a confirmation, we have it. You can place them. It is a need, actually, and it will be in addition to the already existing sideway parking next to the road. So it still is in. People have actually thought if it's not, but it is still in. So you do have the side lane parking, and you do have additionally the parking lots, and you will have a road info view that shows you the availability of parking and if you need more or not. And the last thing, the best save for last, and I was going absolutely nuts here. I could not believe my eyes. The roads have maintenance. Road maintenance. Other expanded road building options include the road maintenance depot, which sends out vehicles in roads good condition, fighting wear and tear, and decreasing the chance of traffic accidents. During winter, snowplows are deployed to keep the rear clear of snow. I'm very curious to see if this is actually visible or if it's just like a thing. In both cases, I'd be more than happy, not gonna lie. The road overview data shows the condition of the roads from green, good condition, to red, poor condition. Well, what a surprise. Poor road quality or excess snow can slow down traffic and cause traffic jams. Road conditions also affect the chances of traffic accidents. Okay, that's good to know that we actually have accidents in here, which halt traffic and cause grid blocks until they are secured and cleared. Road maintenance takes care of these traffic accidents aftermath, clearing out the debris and allowing traffic to continue safely after the police have secured the site of the accident. So there's a lot more going on in the city, going hand in hand. So yeah, and the last thing is additional road options. Just as I said, you are able to put down, for example, sound barriers. Roadside decorations are no longer separate road types, but tools that add or remove the decoration, so which have both visual and mechanical effects. Sound barriers can be added to highways to decrease the noise from high-speed traffic. Wide sidewalks create more space for pedestrians, but remove roadside parking. So yeah, you can play with that. Entries can be added to the sidewalks to control the noise pollution in residential areas or just beautify the roadsides. Road features can be easily removed by clicking the right mouse button when hovering over the additional feature. Oh boy. Oh boy. It just makes sense that the next one on June 26 is the traffic AI. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of cool stuff coming. I'm very much looking into it. It is going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, this should be it from the posting. We now have to jump into the actual video, shall we? Another couple of seconds we have to analyze. I'm gonna see you after the cut. Alright, you guys have seen the video, and this time I'm just going to stay with YouTube. That should be fine. And we're going to have a look at this thing. Oh, I'm going to mute you. This thing is the road tool. I'm just going to try to focus on things we have just read out and talked about in detail, and now we can finally see this in action. Now, this shot over here is ridiculously, and this reminded me of a GTA 4 location, where you come down from a hill and going into downtown New York. That looked really cool with like the huge tram in the center. But yeah, it looks insanely well how you can do this. And oh boy, where am I even starting? This shot is base game. This is vanilla. Excuse me, this is vanilla. You see, I can't even hold my breath. How good that is. Look at all the lines, the proper connection of the lines. Look at how seamless the tram is just going over it. Even not destroying the bending of this, it's just adding to it. And it feels like they have fleshed out the system so dramatically that it's not overlapping, but actually adding to what you can do with it. And like all the lanes and stuff, I really have to see it in game. But this is an intersection that would have been almost impossible to be done in Cities 1. Let alone with the vanilla. It would be impossible with vanilla, and you need a whole bunch of mods like the line tool, road line tool, network tool, blah blah tool, every tool. This shot over here is relatively interesting for me too, just to mention. There is one issue we were facing in some of the other analysis we did, and this was that we don't really have growable locations in corners like that, because they only have a 90 degrees angle towards the road. So that means this corner here is cut off, obviously. But the way how this is hidden and how the buildings stand to each other just kind of calms me down again, because it seems to be very tight together. Same goes over here, so it's very tight to the other road. So that is pretty realistic, because how would you fit in the building? It would be nice though to have some special buildings that would follow the angle of the road. I mean, with some mods that would sometimes be possible, but just like something else than traffic, I just figured out. Yeah, just look. I mean, this is also good. Here you can see some of the traffic in action, or not in action, because they are basically standing still. But this is how the lanes actually connect seamlessly, and you've got all the lines. They are even named, so you can actually name your roads, which is kind of cool. I believe this is actually the mod we all knew already. You had this, there was a mod that enabled you to get all the different lines and namings and stuff onto your road, which was really cool. Guess it's basically in there. Going on, I don't want to highlight this too much, but because you can see just how insane that all looks. We will have to talk about a couple of other frames in a second. So here, this is very interesting. Placing down the road. This is one of our first looks at how seamless it works. And just getting in, you can see there are also the pipes below, and you can see the pipe network where you plop things down, and then automatically it is connected here to the network of obviously of electricity and water. And we already knew that in the winter maps, or in winter, this is gas as well as you have. And then you can see how the grid is built over here. Again, very easy, very seamless. And I have to stop here again because it is super American, okay? I know that people were a little bit, why always American? But we get a European example in a second. Just look at all the different types of roads and how seamless they merge into each other. Love this kind of looks like a school complex over here. This looks so freaking clean. I am so in awe of it. I'm so in awe. I can't even tell you how much of an awe of it. It really, I mean, $2.20 said he put like a good 100 hours of effort into the city. That even included the city building and the terraforming. And he did mix some European assets in. This is why I'm stopping over here. This is one of the European style bridge types, which is a very good iteration. I do love it. It's looking somewhat in between British and really like German, or even some Dutch influence in here. It's a model I can't per se connect to any certain type of it, which is good, because that makes sense if you want to have a generic style. Really love that. Yeah, a couple of other intersections, just a couple. This is just so good. And this is the roundabout, and now in a second you can see this. This is where the magic happens. different type of roundabout, but now let's wait until they do actually click it in, because we have the overlay, how this actually works in game. Look, the different roundabout just easily clicks in and changes, and this is how you do that. And look how simple they are. So forget what I said previously, they seem to also adjust to the road style. It's just the size you put in, and it will maintain the road style you have, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. It just is so much more simple to create a roundabout in your intersection. That already exists, so it's so cool. Let me just stop this over here, because we are actually on the road tool, and you can see what we have over here. This is the replace option, by the way, and we do have traffic lights, which is cool. You can bring it on and off. You can have stop signs. You can have signs for either left or right is forbidden. So that is something that you could not do with the vanilla game in City Skylines at all. A mod was allowing you to do that. Then you obviously have like a, that looks like kind of overpath and a pedestrian road. Green pedestrian road looks like grass over here. Other than pedestrian, this is like grass, very cool. A tree line, a sound barrier, and some lights. I assume that's just lights. I'm actually not sure if you can combine them, and I'm not sure what that is over here, but we'll find it. Do they hover over it? Not sure. But there you can see they just click certain things on, and this is the sound barrier, and you can see how lovely, how it also connects over there. This is a parking lot, apparently. What am I telling you? So yeah, really cool stuff. Let me just zoom in a little, and you can see this is another very neat shot. This is one of the lanes that we're talking about, creating an additional lane. We have a nice view of a key, by the way, on the side, how this is looking. Really cool stuff here too. This is the kind of trees in the center. Love the fact that we have dogs and stuff running around over here, by the way. I'm not sure if people pointed that out. Not sure what the hell? Wait, let me just go back. What is going on with fences over here? That doesn't look healthy. Not sure what that is. Wow. I would replace that instantly. Yeah, look at, I mean, the city is just ridiculous. But the next frame is really the exciting one. This is how you do that. Like you add a lane to it, as you can tell. You make a 3-lane road out of the 2-lane road. And then once you connect a 1-lane to it, you can see there it is. There you have the node connecting to it. And boom, you've got a seamless one over here. You can obviously delete things, which I'm not sure why they're showing it. By the way, there was a road maintenance going on here. Let me just show that again. There is a road maintenance going on over here. Very neat. Let's see if we can spot something else. This is like a train station. Really cool. Really lovely, like with the little sign over there. I'm not sure if these are props, by the way, but look quite like that. And this is another very crazy intersection that seems to be very easily done. This is where we had the traffic at the beginning, by the way. It's the same intersection. And yeah, just, I mean, we could go in and have a look at all the road intersections and stuff, but it's okay. We have talked so much about this. I am way more hyped than before. I wasn't even sure that this is possible, but I am, and I want it now. I want it. I can't wait for it. It is so good. I hope you guys are too. Please let me know in the comments if you have spotted anything I missed. Make sure to put it in the comments. It worked pretty well in the other videos too. Sorry for being one day late. Again, I just took the time to make it properly. And yeah, hoping you guys enjoyed this video. It was a long one, but we just have to get every juicy bit out of it. Thank you so much for your attention. And if you're new to the channel and you dropped here by City Skylines, we are covering every little bit of it until the very game release. And if you want to stick with me and on that journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you as always. Have a lovely time. Thank you so much and goodbye.